today's video, I really wanted to break down the ingredients in MDPen's Radiant Retinol Balancing Complex. And for those of you that don't know, this retinol comes in a 0.5% and also a 1%. You can buy this as a professional or as a retail customer. If you guys have any confusion about the difference between a retinol with an O, a retinaldehyde, which is retinol with an A, or retin-A prescription / tretinoin, you can definitely watch my video that I did yesterday on YouTube if there's any confusion on that. But with MDPen, this is our newest product. It's been a huge success. Radiant Retinol Balancing Complex. It has this awesome dosed pump, guys. So you know exactly how much you're getting. I would do 2 pumps if you plan on including your neck, which I do recommend. And this product works very well with our Revita Peptide Cream, which you can see is a similar jar. And you can put the retinol on first at night with the Revita Peptide over it in equal amounts if you want to. So what makes MDPen's retinol unique or different? So there's definitely a lot of things. We spent a lot of time coming up with this product. This is a retinol that does reduce fine lines and wrinkles. It definitely helps from an anti-aging perspective. But this also really helps balance the skin. It is going to reduce acne. It will help fade dark spots and really make the skin hydrated, radiant, without damaging the microbiome or the barrier of the skin. I haven't had anyone say they've had a huge adjustment period to starting this retinol, so no major flaking, redness, irritation, nothing like that. And we've included brightening ingredients, antioxidants, and vitamin C in this particular retinol. So the first thing you have here is this really nice plant-based triple hydrating system. And what it is it's hibiscus, snow mushroom, and red algae. So some of you may already be familiar with snow mushroom from perhaps our cleanser or our growth factor gel. Snow mushroom is even more hydrating than HA. It's like by a crazy amount that you can't even perceive. I think it's like 400 times, but you know, whatever that means. So snow mushroom is extremely hydrating. And then you have this nice marine ingredient of red algae also in this hydrating complex. Red algae is really amazing for the microbiome of the skin. This is a very tolerable retinol for especially sensitive skin types and great for people that are having microneedling or regular treatments done, because even though you can't use this product in the days prior to microneedling and the days after, this is a great product that you can use throughout the month nightly as you are having these treatments done. And the red algae, again, is really going to help with the microbiome, the barrier of the skin, keeping it intact. And you have the hyaluronic acid in there as well. What we also included in here to make it moisturizing is that really nice triple ceramide complex as well. So just as our Revita Peptide is packed with ceramides, so is the retinol. Very hydrating. And then you have squalane, which I absolutely love. This is, of course, a plant-based emollient. And this basically naturally occurs within the lipids of the skin. And squalane helps prevent moisture loss and also helps with skin's flexibility, suppleness, ability to kind of like spring back. So that's where you have the squalane. Next thing you have in here is vitamin B3, also known as niacinamide. Again, we put balancing in the name, and niacinamide really does help balance the skin. Niacinamide is, of course, a water-soluble vitamin, and in this product, we have that it reduces the appearance of pores, and that's kind of a result of the niacinamide. So you have improving the appearance of enlarged pores. It's going to help with any like uneven skin texture and as well as fine lines, dullness, things like this. Then we have, as I said, we have the red algae. We also have a special microalgae in here, and that's what's providing these pre and probiotics. So this is a retinol with pre and probiotics. This really helps with oil control, sebum control. This is what's helping promoting clear skin and again, balancing that microbiome. I do see questions coming in. So now that I've kind of rattled through all the ingredients, let me get to your question, guys. Let's see here. When can you resume use of Retin-A or retinol after a microneedling treatment? So the safe general rule is 1 week. If you have a patient that's, extremely oily or more acne prone, who is able to tolerate, resuming their retinol in 5 days, that can be an exception. But again, the general rule is about a week for this, especially for that prescription strength Retin-A. So products to combine with retinol, great question. I do love our Revitapeptide Moisture Cream. This is your full face moisture cream from MDPen. This also has a growth factor for the neck in it, guys. So 2 pumps of the retinol cover the neck and the face. Go back over that with the Revitapeptide Moisturizer, same dose pump you're going to use. Also, if you use our human-derived growth factor gel or prefer that over the Revitapeptide, you can definitely do a full face thin layer neck as well of the growth factor gel, followed by the retinol in the evening. If you love your gel and you love your Revitapeptide Moisture Cream, one thing I'll often do is treat fine lines, eyes, more troublesome areas with the gel first, very thin layer, then use my retinol, then use Revita again, full face, full neck moisturizer. So you can always spot treat with the human-derived growth factor gel if you feel like you still want to use that Revitapeptide for the full face there. Ideal age for starting retinol, I would say mid-20s. This is when we start to, again, start losing collagen around age 25. With that being said, if you have someone, with mild acne in their late teens or early 20s, they can definitely start using MDPen's retinol. If they have significant acne, if they're a teenager, I would definitely suggest seeing a dermatologist so that they can, choose that particular Retin-A retinol product that they would want to give that patient. They may very well need a prescription. Here's that direct link, guys, to go shopping for the MDPen Radiant Retinol. Again, we have 2 different strengths. So if you've never been on a retinol, if you think you have normal to dry skin, you can definitely start with the 0.5%. If you're pretty oily or you're used to using a retinol or retinaldehyde, you can definitely go straight to the 1% there. Once you've finished a bottle of the 0.5 and you've used it nightly for, let's say, 2 months with no issues, the next time you go to purchase, you can bump up to the 1%. If you are worried about possibly flaking or peeling and you're starting the retinol, you can do every other night, and pretty soon you'll be able to tolerate it nightly. Here's that link for the growth factor gel if you're not familiar with it. Again, this pairs really well with the retinol in the evening. This is going to help really boost skin collagen and give some great results. Just to highlight some few more things about this product, again, guys, keep in mind this one reduces wrinkles, fades dark spots. It's a pore reducer. It's going to balance areas where you're dry with those nice ceramides and hydrating ingredients. And then in areas where you're, more oily or producing more sebum, that's where, the niacinamide is going to come into place, and also those hydrating ingredients and the pre and probiotics. So very unique, awesome retinol here. I hope you guys can try it. It's affordable retinol. And this is what the bottle looks like. Again, it's a dosed pump there.